There are 5 days before the Chicago Bulls head on to Media Day and 6 days before the beginning of training camp. And the Bulls front office has made it clear that the Chicago Bulls point guard position will be a open competition. I love it. Y'all know we gonna talk about it, but you gotta hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on this quick update for me and my co-host C-Dub. If you like what you're listening to today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell as we continue to bring all the latest Bulls content on your Chicago Bulls. Now, look, me and C-Dub, we've been on there this whole offseason. You know what I'm saying? We've been, making the case for Coby White to have an opportunity to go ahead and be the starting point guard. We even said that Ayo Dosunmu may still have a chance in that. Then Jevon Carter was kind of signed. We still went ahead and reiterated those same sentiments about it being an open competition. I believe, and I was one of the ones who believed that this should be an open competition to see if Coby White has grown, if Ayo Dosunmu can bounce back, or if Jevon Carter is really a starting point guard because he was a career backup point guard thus far in his career. Now, we know when you break down all three of these players, they all bring something that's good. They all bring something that's a little bit different from one another. You look at Jevon Carter, 40% three-point shooter, bulldog on the defensive end, and a guy who can go ahead and knock down those threes at a 40% clip and really be a difference maker, I believe. But the only problem is no starter experience. Now, you look at Coby White, a guy who was a starter when he first came around with the Chicago Bulls, found himself on the bench, and then somehow, some way last year put in some work and really stepped up. Ball handling was a little better. Going downhill was a little bit better. And the key and the icing on the cake, or the cherry on top of that sundae, my man's was able to sit down in that chair and be a defensive guy. And then you look at Ayo Dosunmu, the size, the length, the ability to shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? Though there was a drop off, but still having that ability to shoot the three. Very competent and decent when it comes to that pick and roll game. And then you know what he can do on the defensive end with the type of size that he brings. You know what I'm saying? So all three of these guys bring a little bit, something different from the other guy. And I'm so happy that it's going to be an open competition amongst these three men. And I'm glad that the Chicago Bulls, just because they signed Jevon Carter, they did not go in and say, hey, just because we signed you, you are our de facto starter. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all things considered. I feel like those young guys outside of Jevon Carter, those young guys who's been here, who's put in some work, who knows the offense, who knows the team, who knows the players, they definitely deserve the chance. And I love that the Bulls front office made it clear that going into this training camp, it will be a open competition. And AK and Mark Eversley believes it will be a fierce open competition. They believe that there's going to be a difficult task ahead of Billy Donovan, and I'm happy that it is. And that's something that you always want. You want so much talent on a certain particular on your team that you root for, to where you be like, hey, what if this guy starts? Or what if this guy doesn't start? How will it affect the team? How can this guy, if not the starter, can he still produce from the bench and still have impact plays for the team? So I'm happy that it's going to be ran like this. I'm happy that it's going to go play out like this. Honestly, right now, I think if we going and saying who has the upper hand right now, it might be Coby White by a slight edge over everybody else in my early prediction. But the Bulls front office did mention that Ayo has had a great offseason, and they believe he deserves his chance to make his case as well. And I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? I hope, hey, whoever is selected, They will deserve it. But I hope that the choice is made correctly to where it affects the team in a positive way to where we can get that monkey off our back and make some major moves in this Eastern Conference. I know it's going to be tough, especially with Damian Lillard now going on to the Milwaukee Bucks. It just got a little bit tougher outside of the 1 and 2nd seed, but anything can happen between 3 on down to the 8th seed. And I hope that the Chicago Bulls do not find themselves in another play-in situation. I hope these guys go ahead and be able to compete in the best way. And we just going to leave it at that. Shout out to the front office. This is something that I really, really like, even though there was some things you like about them. There's some things you disagree with them about. But you got to like that these guys are saying that this is an open competition. And I stated it earlier, a few weeks ago, you have to make this known immediately. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things don't have to come out in the media to us as, content creators and followers of the team. But within your own locker room, within your own organization, you have to be honest with your players and keep it a buck with your players and let them know what is going to happen. And right here is a good step in the right direction for the Chicago Bulls. But that's just a quick update from me giving you the word. Tomorrow morning, me and C-Dub will have a video prepared for our daily episode, breaking down more comments and things said by the Bulls front office. So make sure you stay tuned, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And on this specific topic, let me know, who do you believe will be the starting point guard for the Chicago Bulls? I believe Coby White has the upper hand right now. Just yesterday, I did have the expectations that Jevon Carter will be the starter, but that was before I knew that it was going to be an open competition. Now it's an open competition. I believe Coby White, if he does things correctly, he will get his opportunity. Let me know how you thinking about it all. Let me know how you think each guy will do, and who will you select as the Bulls starting point guard. It's another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.